Good morning, everyone. We will go ahead and start. I call this meeting to order at 9 a.m. I always forget to bring the gavel. Alrighty, we will start off with our land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino-Tatevillon Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino-Tatevillon Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We will go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able. Alrighty, thank you. We will now go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for the roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Canonmore, Senator Bhavnagri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Owais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza. We have a quorum.
Thank you so much to our Attorney General. We'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for today, October 23rd. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve the agenda for October 23rd, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Toledo Carranza, thank you. Any discussion? Great, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes for October 16th, 2023. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve the minutes for October 16, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Radionov, thank you. Any discussion? Great, the motion passes unanimously. We'll now move on to special presentations. We do have two today. We'll go ahead and start off with the first one, CSUN Athletics, introduction and upcoming events. So, thank you so much for being here this morning. Just press the button.
It's like Zoom all over again.
Yeah.
Good morning, all. My name is Susan King. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for External Relations. This is Sonia Hahn. She's a Senior Associate Athletic Director.
Way too long.
It's a very, if I told you the entire title, you'd understand. We normally just say Sports Women's Administrator. This is Steve Greck. He's our Assistant AD for Sports Medicine. We're just so grateful to be able to come and see you this morning. I have a soft spot for this organization specifically because when I was a student, I was also part of Associated Students. And it's so important, the work that you do for our community and for CSUN. And we are so glad to be partnering with you with the Mental Health Matters event next week on October 30th with the Schultz Foundation. So really, we're just kind of here to thank you, let you know that we appreciate it, let you know that we're looking forward to seeing you next week. We're very excited about integrating the ceremony of the rose into the event. And if you have any questions, we're happy to answer, but more than anything, just wanted to thank you in person.
Thank you so much, Susan. Any questions, comments?
Do you need to know more about the event, or is everyone in the room familiar?
I know we have been sharing definitely information in our group chats and emails, but feel free if you want to give a quick little synopsis. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Now we're good. All right. It's a mental health event for our student athletes and coaches, but we want to welcome the student community as well. The Schultz family, the foundation is the Sarah Schultz Foundation. It's named in honor of Scott and Bridget Schultz's daughter, Sarah, who passed away, died by suicide in April of 2022. I got to know the family. I want to say last March, they were doing a table and event on campus. And we've been putting forth with our student athletes mental health initiatives, say pretty strongly for the last 5 years. And when I met, Scott and Bridget, they had offered their help in just furthering our mental health initiatives with our student athletes. And I took them up on that offer. I've been very impressed with them in terms of how they've taken the loss of their daughter and they've turned it into something good where they want to help others and really just promote mental health awareness, prevent suicides. And I think it's going to be a very powerful event, a very positive message that we really just want to welcome everyone within the CSUN community to attend.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. I just wanted to say a quick thank you for having us here this morning and also for the support and collaboration we've done so far, and looking forward to more in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Athletics, for being here this morning. Looking forward to that event. And I know actually after we will do a tradition of the rose, with white roses in honor of the family. So wonderful. Our next presentation is from Premier America Credit Union. So the floor is yours.
Right. Green light, so we know it's on. Good morning, everyone. I'm Heather Cairns. I'm Associate Executive Director of the University Corporation, and we appreciate your time today on your agenda. We wanted to make sure that you're all aware of the partnership with Premier America Credit Union. During the pandemic, actually, this conversation started, and we're fortunate to have sealed a $10-year partnership with Premier. And it's really a cross-divisional agreement, support with athletics, student affairs, the Soraya and alumni. And a really big mission of Premier as well is financial literacy for our community. So hopefully you will see them on campus and have seen them on campus, and they will share a little bit more about themselves now. I'm going to pass it to Kathy, who's the retail manager over in the branch in the campus store.
Got it. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Kathy Casada. I am the branch manager for our CSUN location. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to stop by, we are located across the bookstore. We are really here. We are a full service financial institution. We are here to help the students, staff, and faculty with their financial needs. And I have the pleasure to introduce Alfredo Martinez, which he'll go over a little bit more in detail of our products and services. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say and echo Heather's words and saying thank you for having us here this morning. What I'd like to do today is really give you an overview of Premier America Credit Union. What is it we do and why is it we do what we do? As student leaders on campus, I think it's imperative that each and every one of you understand a little bit more about this partnership. And so that said, I'm just going to kind of jump into it here. So just a little bit about myself. My title at the credit union is Financial Inclusion and Education Officer, which is quite the mouthful. I'm currently an AFC candidate, so an accredited financial counseling student, if you will, which kind of falls under the discipline of consumer sciences. My passion is in economic empowerment, native to Ventura County, not a CSUN alum, but a CSUCI alum. So I definitely wear the CSU badge very proudly, and I'm very honored to be here and discuss. And so just a little bit about myself, the economic empowerment piece is really what drives the community from a socioeconomic perspective. And Premier America Credit Union likes to do just that. So what we have today is a very brief agenda. We went through the introductions now. I'm going to give you a little bit more information about Premier America Credit Union. I'm going to talk a little bit about what a credit union is and the partnership that we have established and how is it that we meet our members' needs. I understand that we did prepare a presentation and some of you have your back turned, so excuse me on that, but we do have some visuals for you today, this morning. So a little bit about the origins of Premier America Credit Union. Well, each credit union serves the community and each origin is a little bit different. We started in 1957 as Lytton Employees Federal Credit Union. We later opened up our charter and our membership in 1994, and we rebranded as Premier America Credit Union as we aim to reach a larger audience. So just to kind of give you a sense of what an organization looks like since inception, our first year incorporated, we're 550 members strong. We're about 106,000 in assets in our first year, and the cost to join a membership was 25 cents. Since then, it has raised to $1, so it hasn't gone up too much, and that's all it requires. And today, we're currently sitting a little bit over $3.5 billion in assets. So we've seen quite the growth in the community. And really what this speaks to is the ability for us to serve our members' needs. We have our tagline, which we look at their dreams and we help them achieve their dreams through financial services, products, as well as financial wellness. In 2017, we started our Premier America Foundation, and this was just a way the credit union doubled down in serving the community. Some of the ways that we do this, we offer scholarships through our foundation. And if you haven't, I highly recommend that you apply, just because we do look for, I believe the last round, we granted 20 scholarships to students. And this is something that you can take advantage of. And then, as we had mentioned earlier, in 2022, we established the CSUN partnership, which is a 10-year partnership, which is essentially an alignment of financial education, financial services to serve the students, staff, and faculty of CSUN. So at this point, I definitely want this to be a conversation. If at any point anybody has any questions or thoughts, I welcome them. If not, I'll go ahead and move on and to kind of explain a little bit more of what a credit union is. If you don't mind, I'd like to just kind of see by show of hands, is anybody here a member of a credit union and familiar with the model? I see one hand. Fantastic. Okay, great. So this may be a little bit more information here, which is great. So just a couple key differences here between a credit union and a bank. When you enter the financial services and you decide which services or products or what relationships I want to build with a financial institution, some people align with different types of models. The credit union really is a member-owned financial cooperative. So the IRS recognizes us as a community development, community financial institution. And so we organize under the 501c14 as a not-for-profit financial cooperative, whereas the bank is owned by stakeholders and it's a for-profit entity. So what does this exactly mean, and how does this create value for our member owners? Well, the idea is with your membership, we invest your dollars to provide services like loan products, savings vehicles at lower rates, and higher dividend rates for your members. So there's an alignment. You're saying, I agree philosophically with this movement, and I want to offer services. So any of the revenue that we do make, that we have profit, we reinvest and offer services and products that truly align and try to meet our members' needs. So that comes in surplus in earnings. We have low or no fees to help our members to keep their money. And one key differential here is that you're a member owner, you're not a customer. So if you go into a Wells Fargo, you go into a Bank of America Chase, you're a customer. Ultimately, that bottom line is for the profit of the organization. Here, you're a member owner. You have democratic rights through a credit union. Every year, we have an annual meeting where you can elect yourself to be on the board and drive the credit union from that perspective. We encourage young leaders such as yourselves to participate. We would love to have some of you or folks of your caliber at our ranks, just because you can drive the credit union and say, hey, we want to be more intentional about how we serve specific communities. So that's a little bit about the credit union and the bank, conversation there. Without going too depth, that's kind of at a high level there. And so what we decided as a credit union is, how do we drive our organization? And so I just really quickly want to talk about our mission and values. So the idea here is that we make it easier to meet today's needs and reach tomorrow's dreams. Our executive leadership team, as well as every team member of Premier America, lives these values day in and day out. We're all truly passionate about serving our constituency, our members, and our prospective members. So our passion for member experience, we're really intentional about how we deliver this service. We try to succeed together, we own it, we give back. And in my role, I have the great privilege of going out into the community and delivering financial wellness topics and financial wellness education. Financial literacy in very underserved and underbanked communities can sometimes be the reason why you have a meal or you don't have a meal that day. And I'm gonna speak a little bit to more of that here in a second. But I do have a couple slides to show you some of the events or some of the activities that we take. For example, out here on, I believe in Reseda, we partnered with New Economic Women's to do a backpack drive for the families and the students of this nonprofit. On top of that, we deliver financial education to really serve these individuals from a holistic perspective. One of the key differences that I like to highlight in this conversation is, you have your typical financial advisor, but a financial counselor looks at your emotions, your attitudes, your beliefs, and your values. And so we take a full picture, a holistic picture, and developing plans that make sense for you, for your family, while being culturally sensitive and as inclusive as we can be. And so now I just want to talk a little bit more about the partnership and why CSUN aligned with the credit union to be the official credit union of CSUN. So as you had mentioned, we do have a retail branch at the campus store complex where Kathy proudly runs the branch and her team. If you ever have any questions, she's always available. They have coffee, they have a nice space for you to come in and just hang out and, get a feel for the place. And we invite everybody here and invite your friends, your colleagues to join as well. We partner with a lot of departments as well as some campus partners that we highlight here, which is athletics. The Soraya, we recently had last week, the International Credit Union Day. We had an event at Soraya, and we try to be as present and intentional in this community as well. We sponsored the CSUN Alumni Distinguished Awards, which we were there last weekend, this past Saturday, which was a beautiful event. I had personally never been to that Four Seasons in Westlake. Amazing. I was kind of taken aback a little bit. And student affairs. And so what the message really here is that there is a reason why we became the official credit union of CSUN. Our emphasis is people. Our emphasis is working towards a common solution. We have branches, ATM machines, financial wellness workshops, we sponsor events, and we're here with that intentionality. And so we're on the beginning end of this relationship where it started relatively soon, and we're really leaning on leaders like yourselves to kind of help guide us. What do you want to see from us here on campus? What type of activities do you think we're doing enough? So at the end of this presentation, there's going to be an opportunity for you to share your thoughts with us through a survey. And we really would appreciate any and all feedback that you have so we can approach this as well as we can. I have a quick little slide here of just some of the events. Our ribbon cutting at the campus store complex. As you know, the Premier America Credit Union Arena was renamed. And so we are active on campus. And if you ever do see Premier America, it's probably Kathy and her team. So stop by and say hi. We often have goodies, different types of swag, things that are centered towards students. So feel free to visit our booths at any point there. Here are some of the events that we're going to be supporting or we have supported. So new student orientation, we meet the clubs, explore CSUN, CSUN Navigators, Housing Move-In Day, Career Center, Silver Employment Sponsor, International Coffee Hour, athletic events, Crunch Time and Soraya, and that's just a few, and we're only getting started. So we hope to be a presence that is acknowledged and received well on campus, and we would love your support in that. And so in a nutshell, we are aligned to the collective success for students, faculty, and staff. And that's our real purpose here. We love to give back. All of our team members, for example, on Indigenous Day, all of our teams, we're about 400 and plus employees. We all went to our respective food banks and volunteered 4 hours on Indigenous Peoples Days to do just that. And so we have a specific passion for CSUN and we're looking to get more involved. So if there's any capacities where you think we align, we would be happily honored to participate. So that's a little bit about the partnership. And at any point, please, again, if there is any questions or thoughts or comments, I encourage them. If not, I'd like to move over how intentional we are in meeting our members' needs. So what I have here is a couple quick facts about some of the challenges that our communities face. So close to 45% of 4.5% of US households, which is 5.9 million adults, are unbanked without a checking or savings account. So what does unbanked mean? It means that they're currently not participating in the mainstream financial institution and often go to what we call money service businesses. These are payday lenders, check cashing services. These are essentially, if you would say, there are counterparts in serving these often underbanked and underserved communities, but usually come in a little bit more predatory in nature, or their interest rates are not as favorable. Almost 14.1% of US households, which equates to 18.7 million adults, are underbanked, meaning that they use some so fringe financial services, which is these money services businesses that I'm referencing. This specifically affects vulnerable communities, BIPOC communities. And so nearly 29.2% of the underbanked and 38.1% of the underbanked households earn less than 30,000 per year. So from a socioeconomic perspective, these individuals are disproportionately affected by these fringe financial services, which ultimately affects their financial well-being, which I'll share here a little bit more about. And so just the last thing I wanted to share here is that nationally, 36% of Black households and 33.4% of Hispanic households are underbanked or underbanked compared to less than 12% of our white households. So this may not come to a shock to you. It may reinforce some ideologies you already have regarding socioeconomic status. But the idea is credit unions are essentially built on this premise. And this is why the IRS recognizes this as a 501c14, and we get special tax treatment to serve our constituency and our members. And so what do we do and how is it that we approach this? Our products are designed with the financial well-being in mind. So we use research and data provided by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to do just this. So really quick, I just want to introduce this concept to you. Financial well-being. Financial well-being is a state wherein a person can fully do three things. As you see on the slide, I'm trying to read here, but it says make choices that allow them to enjoy life. So that's like taking a vacation whenever they want. Personally, I'd love to do that if I had the means to take a vacation whenever I'd like. Meet current and ongoing financial obligations. So being able to pay your bills on time and making sure that if there is a sudden if your tire does go out and you need to buy a new tire, you have the capacity to do so. And then you can feel secure in your financial future. So this is where we talk about the feelings, attitudes, and values. Financial well-being was devised in a report in 2017, which I encourage everybody here, if you're interested. The CFPB released a report, Financial Well-being in America, which goes into great detail and length of what the average consumer is facing from a financial perspective. And so we use this information to help guide us in our decision-making in our products. And so we can be as intentional and up to speed as we can in serving our communities. So I just wanted to highlight one specific product here. So we have our Smart Spend checking account, which is Bank On certified. What that means is that the Cities for Financial Empowerment Fund creating the Bank On org. So this is a nonprofit based out of New York. And this nonprofit certifies institutions who have products that truly serve the needs of their constituency. The Bank On has a rigorous scale and metrics that you have to meet, which means like no NSF fees, no overdraft fees, as well as a lot of other criterias. So I'm just highlighting some of those. This isn't a pitch per se, but this is just an example of how it is that we serve our membership. So there's no monthly service charge, no NSF fees, which is non-sufficient fund fees, which I've personally in my undergrad have had several times, and they usually about $28 to $35. And I mean, that can go a long ways, especially at the pump. And for example, we use this, we have a partnership with MasterCard where we use interchange income. So this is just a way of saying every time you swipe your card, 1 cent goes to our foundation. It doesn't come out of your pocket, it comes through MasterCard. And this is what we call interchange income. So we currently do have a promotion for CSUN students. You can earn up to $124 per if you open in a membership. And again, we are specifically focusing on the Smart Spending checking because it aligns, we feel it aligns the most with this population, which is the CSUN students. We also have often giveaways. Right now, if you do happen to open an account, we are at the end of the month, I believe, or at the end of semester, I'm sorry, at the end of the semester, we give away as an iPad as an example. So this is exclusive for CSUN students, and we're not doing this for our entire membership. But the idea is that we want you to feel that we're here intentionally and we want to support your educational goals. And even from a financial perspective, if there's anything that we can do to serve, to put it into perspective, we have different divisions, wealth management divisions, retail divisions, consumer lending divisions. So we try to, as an entire organization, come together and really serve the needs of our members. And if at all of this you want to learn more, I did just put up a QR code there for you. If you want to learn more about us, I encourage you or welcome you to snap a quick little photo for the QR code. So if you want to learn more about Premier America, it takes you to our landing page where you can learn a little bit more. But then the next big piece is something that I really am passionate about, and I hope that if anything else, this is a big takeaway for today, which is the financial counseling that we offer for our students, for CSUN students, for our members or non-members, really. So this is available to anybody at no cost to you. So we partner with a longstanding nonprofit called Green Path Financial Wellness. Green Path Financial Wellness certifies counselors, and they have on their staff. They help you build realistic budgets. They explore repayment options, make sure you understand the pros and cons of each, and they help you develop an action plan if you do happen to need their services. So they cover everything from debt counseling to credit counseling to student loan counseling. If you're interested in buying a home, they have home buying counselors as well. And this is kind of taking into consideration the whole holistic perspective, which is your attitudes, beliefs, and values. And so this is available at no cost to everybody. And we're honored to offer this. And we, in Green Path, their primary languages are English and Spanish, but they also partner with a third party who offers up to 300 languages. So anybody really can utilize these services at no cost. And I know sometimes when it comes to talking about money, it's quite taboo. It's not something that we often speak about. So I invite you to, at least minimum, I highly recommend to take a quick photo or at least get on the landing page for Green Path, because if you ever do need debt counseling or student loan counseling or any other services, or if you happen to come across another student, community member who I wish I had somebody to talk to about my money matters, we offer this at no cost to you all. And so the last thing that I wanted to just bring up, say here is looking into the future. This is kind of leading up to the ask of, we want your thoughts and comments. What do you want from us? Tell us what you want to learn. I personally teach financial education and financial wellness. I have a slew of materials and presentations. But if you're interested outside of just financial education, financial wellness, if you want to tap into our lending department, to our wealth management group, different aspects of the credit union, these individuals are very passionate. They jump at the opportunity to come speak, or in any way that we could engage. And so lastly, what we have here is just a survey. We would appreciate any thoughts, comments, and feedbacks regarding today or something that you'd like to see in the near future. That's all I had for you. So I want to say thank you for your time. I'll stay here for a quick minute if anybody had any questions or thoughts, but thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much for being here. If y'all want to go ahead and scan the QR code and save the link to take it at a later time today, go for it. Yes, I also have the presentation, so I can always send the link to you all. Yeah, any questions from the board?
Yeah, not a question, but announcing that they brought donuts, so feel free to grab some.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, wow. So I guess they're in the back. And then, oh, just okay, right there. Got it. Oh, you can like warm up by the fireplace and have a donut. That's cute. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Again, thank you. I think I'll be closing my Chase account after this. Just kidding. Alrighty. I don't think we have any other special presentations today. So we'll go ahead and move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. You can just press the button on the
Hello,
There
everyone.
you go.
My name is Samantha Cruz, and I'm excited to be part of the Finance Committee. My major is finance, and I'm really excited to work with all of you today.
Hello, my name is Anna May. I am honored to be appointed to be a part of the Communications Committee. I am a marketing major and I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
Hello, good morning. My name is Lindoli Veerasinghe, and it is an honor to be appointed to the Communications Committee. I'm a freshman here at CSUN, majoring in biochemistry, and I am beyond thrilled to be working with you guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sumedha, majoring in Computer Information Technology, and I'm excited to be part of Diversity Inclusion Committee. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here and welcome to the AS family. We really appreciate it. And I know that our chairs are so grateful to have you on their teams now. So congratulations. And thank you for filling out the clipboard for the form. Thank you again. More open forum. I love it.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager. Just here to give you all a weekly update on our events that we have coming up soon here in AS. So this week at the Farmers Market, we'll be having our second annual Refill and Repair Farmers Market. So if any of you have any bottles that you want to bring to the Farmers Market, you can refill them for free: shampoos, soap, conditioners, a couple household products and things like that. As well as if you have any clothing items or small bags that you want to get sewing like repaired, we will be offering free services for that at the Farmers Market tomorrow. Additionally, looking ahead 1 week, so next Tuesday, which will be October 31st, we will be having our annual Pumpkin Fest Farmers Market. We'll be giving away some free pumpkins to the first few hundred people that show up. That's $5,000 worth of pumpkins, so really looking forward to that. So be sure to come on out early for that one to get a pumpkin, decorate it. We'll also have some activities for that. It's a collaboration with the University Student Union. I believe we'll be doing some like wax hands figures and things like that too. So really looking forward to that. The following Thursday, so November 2nd, we'll be hosting a Dia de los Muertos celebration in the Plaza del Sol. So that'll be from 10 to 3 on Thursday, November 2nd. So looking forward to that. And then just some additional updates. So looking ahead to week 12 on Thursday, which would be November 16th, we'll be having our big lecture with Danny Trejo. Last I checked, we were a little over 300 tickets had been sold for that event. They are free tickets. But if any of you are interested in attending that event, make sure you get your tickets because they seem to be going quickly. So thank you all so much. Does anyone have any questions about any of our events?
Yes, Senator Saravia.
When is big lecture again? I couldn't quite catch.
Yes, it is. So it's gonna be week 12. So that's November 16th. That's a Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:15-ish.
Senator Toledo Carranza.
Can you give me the dates for the Pumpkin Fest again?
Yes, Pumpkin Fest is Tuesday, October 31st. The start time will be technically 10 a.m. And then it'll end at 3. I anticipate we'll run out of pumpkins before noon.
Any further questions for James? Great. Thank you, James, for being here. Very exciting events
you.
coming. Thank you. Is anyone else here for open forum?
Hello, Cynthia. I'm part of the Sports Club Executive Board as the Events and Planning Manager. I'm also on the women's rugby team. So we requested $35,750 we're gonna have 3 new teams. It's gonna be swim, men's rugby is coming back, and women's basketball. So each new team, we give $500. And also we're gonna be weightlifting. It's gonna be re-recognized and they're gonna be given $3,000. And then we're also gonna have, some of the money is also for nationals. We're gonna have possibly ice hockey, baseball. We're hoping they go to nationals again. They went to nationals last year. And women's rugby, we're hoping to go to nationals as well. And we're also gonna have match of the month is gonna be next month, November 11th. It's gonna be our second one this year. First time in 4 years that we're bringing it back. And for the match of the month, we give out shirts, food, so we provide snacks, and it's gonna be like pizza, chips, cookies, and this is what this is gonna be going towards as well. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, just a heads up, everyone, this is line item B under new business, in case you're wondering. Any questions from the board? Great, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anyone else here for open forum? All right, doesn't look like it. Alrighty, we'll move on to reports, starting with mine. I have a very long report. I'm so sorry. Good morning. It's so good to see everyone here at Senate. I hope you all had a really good weekend. Awesome presentations today from athletics and Premier America Credit Union. I wrote this assuming they would still be here, but they're not. So I was like going to thank them again. First of all, I attended the Distinguished Alumni Dinner on Saturday. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite nights of the year. It's so fun, so good to connect with a lot of our staff and faculty and alum and students, and then just be in the company of such good people. So that was really awesome. Quite a few of our AS leadership members went, so that was awesome to see them there as well. And our former AS president, Cheyenne, was like partial host of the event, which was really crazy. So he completely tricked Josie and I. It was actually really funny because Josie and I were in a meeting with President Beck earlier in the week, and she was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a host and a celebrity guest." So I guess Cheyenne is a celebrity. I don't know when Cheyenne became a celebrity, but that's cute. But in all seriousness, it was actually really, really fun, and yeah, just a really, really great event, and just another reminder of how proud we all should be of being a Matador. So that's really awesome. Last week I had quite a few meetings. Also, Josie and I had our meeting with President Beck and Dr. Watkins. Lots of insightful conversation always with them. And just I hope you all know that they are just providing unwavering support for you all and your your plans and goals for the future. And we will be working on a few projects with them. One of them being our tuition increase action plan. So I'll be talking to Dr. Watkins about that soon. So I'm excited on that with that. Also attended the Educational Policies Committee last week. That's definitely a lengthy meeting, but definitely I'm learning a lot about higher education policy and how it impacts students directly. And we just also take a lot of little deep dives into our course catalog, which is really cool, and kind of understand that language there. I also attended the foundation board meeting this past Thursday. Probably one of my favorite meetings to also go to. I feel like they're all my favorite meetings, but they always talk about, the philanthropic work they're doing, that the university is carrying out, and kind of what they intend to do with a lot of that money that they get. And obviously a lot of this individuals are CSUN alums, so they really care about the CSUN community. And it is a little early, but they did announce that they have, again, CSUN's annual Giving Day, and that will be this year it will be like 2024, but that will be March 6th and 7th. Giving Day is a 36-hour online fundraiser event. I guess it's more like Giving Day and a half because it's 36 hours, but essentially anyone in the community, parents, faculty, staff, students, whoever can donate. And you can donate to a certain cause. You can donate to like AS, sports clubs, scholarships, honestly, whatever. Last year in the 36 hours, they received 1,006 donations and raised a total of $236,138, which is really, really cool. So definitely an awesome day. Again, it is early, but just, be on the lookout for that. We will be working with them on ways to promote it and kind of incentivize donations, which is really cool. As for CSSA, which stands for California State Student Association, I serve as the Internal Affairs Vice Chair for CSSA. So I will be assisting the team in conducting the mid-year evaluations for all of the CSSA executive officers. That's really exciting. So at our November plenary, which will be at Cal State Maritime up north, we'll be doing that. Also, we had a central engagement area meeting. So I'm part of the central engagement, or Northridge is part of the central engagement group, which encompasses Cal Poly SLO, Fresno, Monterey Bay, Stanislaus, and Bakersfield. So all of the AS presidents meet and just kind of discuss what's going on around campus. Lots of great discussion there. And I know we always find comfort in kind of just venting or just supporting and uplifting each other, which is really cool. And they're all great leaders there. So yeah. Almost done. I'm sorry, guys. I also concluded my week with a COSN implementation team meeting for Title IX on campus, a personnel board, which is exactly 10 minutes. So that was crazy short. And then Josie and I both sat on the interview panel for the Chief of Police Search Committee, the first round of interviews, and the second round, I think, be this week, maybe. Also last week, I was fortunate enough to meet with a few of our Jewish organizations as well as Students for Justice in Palestine. Both conversations were definitely filled with fruitful discussion, and I'm very, very grateful to both of the organizations for taking time out of their day to meet with AS and, you know, share their thoughts, feelings, and concerns, and definitely extend and share support for them. A couple last things. I'm sure you've seen the email, but open house signups are still open. It is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the slots are just 1 hour each. It's a great time to share your CSUN experience with prospective students and just kind of share all the ways that they can potentially get involved. If they come to CSUN, you can maybe say like, oh, if you go to CSUN, we'll give you a job at AS. No, don't do that. But yeah, just again, it's really a great event to just kind of, you know, welcome potential students to CSUN and just really show them what we're all about. If you want a free cookie, it's the University Library's 50th anniversary. So on October 24th, which I think is tomorrow, from 12 to 2 p.m., you can get a free chocolate chip cookie at the Research, Instruction, and Outreach Services table on the library main floor in the lobby. So yeah, get some food at the farmer's market and then head over and get your free chocolate chip cookie. So that's really exciting. That's all I have for today. Kind of enjoying the cooler weather, which is nice. It's starting to feel like fall more. And I'm going more brown with my hair. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I really think the blonde was like a crisis moment for me that lasted 2 years. So I like my more natural hair color. Alrighty, that's all for me. Any questions on my report? Alrighty, seeing none, I'll turn it over to Vice President Anderson for her report.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I know I do. Oh gosh. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. You can probably tell it's been a crazy packed few weeks. So thank you all for continuing to show up and be present. It's definitely noticed and appreciated. We had our first athletics AS supported game last week, and it was an absolute success. It went so well. We gave out all of our snacks. We gave out our two $250 bookstore gift cards, and athletics was super appreciative. They said it was the biggest crowd they had had in a while. So I'm really happy with that project, that it's going well. And we have our next game this Thursday. So if you would like to attend, please let me know. Honestly, it's a really fun time. It's fun to watch the soccer team and support them. It's fun to meet students. It's just an overall good vibe. So you all should attend if you're free. It counts for your office hours. And then like athletics mentioned, the Sarah Scholes event is next Monday, October 30th. So please come to that as well. The Distinguished Alumni Awards was this weekend. It was wonderful. Also amazing vibes. I'm also still doing Senate check-ins. So if you haven't signed up for yours, please do that. I know like 2 to 3 of you off the top of my head that haven't signed up for it. And I sent that out like 2 weeks ago. So please go to that link and pick a meeting time. Yeah, we're in the Chief of Police search. It's going really well. The interviews have been great to listen to. I'm also on the CSU Admission Advisory Council. So we're meeting for the first time on Friday. I'm excited to see what goes on there since I just joined this committee. But other than that, let me know if you need anything. I'm excited for all of our events coming up. Make sure to stay updated, add things to your calendar, and have a good week.
Does anyone have any questions for Vice President Anderson's report? All right, seeing none, I will turn it over to our Chief of Staff, Ryan, for her report.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I just like to reiterate the message that our athletics admin mentioned, that mental health is extremely important. So today, I encourage all of you to do something this week that helps remind you that you are each capable human beings of doing anything that comes to your mind. But just take a mental health day one time this week, if you can. But just remember to space out your time to be able to just breathe, even if that's how you take your mental health day. Last week, I also attended the soccer game, which was extremely fun. I had a great time tabling with a few other AS members. We had a lot of fun there. A lot of people were very excited to fill out the what we are promoting, which is the giveaway. And we had an awesome winner at the end of the night. Many people definitely signed up for that. So it's good to hear that the engagement is also working. Our cabinet is going very smoothly. I will begin check-ins soon as well. We already had our first round a few weeks ago, or more like the beginning of the semester. And so now it's time to do more check-ins again. Overall, committee positions are being filled rather quickly, so it's good to hear that. Interviews are going to continue happening and continue taking place to ensure that every position and all committees are being filled. Last week, I attended the second academic grade grievance appeal meeting in which we were presented with our first case. So sad to hear, but also I'm just proud to say that our faculty and staff are doing a great job to ensure the investigations are going very impartially. So they're not taking sides just because they're faculty, but instead that they're really trying to make our students happy in the best interests of our students as well. And the right procedures are being taken to ensure that the issues of the students as well as our professors are being taken care of in the right ways. As for cabinet last week, we had some great ideas, great discussions in which senators will be hearing about rather soon to work out legislative referrals. Here are some reports of our cabinet members. We have our chair of communications, just reminding anyone who has not filmed yet for senator positions or any pictures or headshots, please reach out to our chair of communications. And she would also like to wish all of you to have a great day. Our chair of elections would just constantly reminding us that no elections talk will be taking place in the office. Our chair of legislative referral has a great announcement that the application for the CSU student trustee is now open and is due January 29th. This one student is appointed annually to serve a 2-year term on the 25-member CSU Board of Trustees. If anyone is interested, please reach out to our Chair of Legislative Affairs, and she can explain the positions and requirements and anything else to help you all out. She'll help connect you with current student trustees and explain the application process, the interview process. This is really a great prestigious position, and everyone should take time to consider it. And ask the right questions. Just keep in mind, it is a 2-year appointment. So feel free to reach out to our Chair of Legislative Affairs and she'll answer all the questions you may have. Aside from that, that is all I have for my report. And are there any questions that I can answer at this time? Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much to our Chief of Staff. I'll turn over to our Chair of Finance, Tran, for her report.
Okay, hi everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. I want to say thank you to everyone in the gallery for being here today and taking time out of your day. It's really nice to see everyone. And also, Paige, your hair looks on fleek, by the way. Okay, moving on to my report. I'm starting off with sharing the account balances as I do each week. Within STAR, we have $176,891. Unassigned contingencies, $782, 224. $1,000. Clubs and orgs assigned $15,000. Philanthropy fund $15,000 as well. Clubs and orgs travel $5,732. For clubs and orgs travel, this number has significantly decreased, and it's usually being pulled for like our students when they're doing like STAR traveling for academic research and academic initiatives. But it is a like first come first serve only fund. So if we do deplete, maybe there might be conversation in the future about pooling from unassigned contingency, but that's to be explored later on. Additionally, I'd like to mention that our annual budget opened last Wednesday and it'll be closing December 4th. We only have 2 requests in at the moment, but that's not surprising as like typically students tend to wait till like the middle of the semester or later on when closing time approaches. But if anyone needs help with their annual budget or would like either myself or Leslie to revise it or help tailor it, please feel free to reach out. Additionally, Finance Committee is moving back into the AS Sustainability Conference Room. So that's really exciting. We finally have sunlight in our meetings now. Additionally, Finance Committee is open to the public, and I'd like to encourage you all to feel free to drop by to see how Finance Committee runs. And it's great to see how our steady growth of finance committee members has been growing, with Stephen Wing as our university advisor and Samantha Cruz, who just recently got appointed in Senate earlier today, join as a committee member. Lastly, Paige mentioned cookies at the library tomorrow, but it's also going to be open access week at the library. And tomorrow's event is going to be the Ethics of Access from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Jack and Florence Furman presentation room and on Zoom as well. And that concludes my report for today. Thank you.
Thank you to our Chair of Finance for her report. Are there any questions? Yes.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Any other questions for our Chair of Finance? Right. Seeing none, we'll move over to our Attorney General for his report.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy that this heat wave is finally broken and we're getting a little bit of relief. So far these last couple of weeks, we've finally been getting started with judicial court. We've had a few meetings and it's been going really great. I'm very happy to be sitting in on those. Also, our standing committees have continued to be very productive, and we're finally getting to see some things move out of committee and into the Senate. We have filmed our first Senate in a Minute video with Senator Toledo Carranza, and that's going to be up today. And that's very exciting that those are going to be coming every week from now on. And I've also been continuing to be in the neighborhood council, and I've been appointed to be the chair of the ad hoc weed abatement committee. So I'm hoping that maybe we can figure some things out to collaborate on together to maybe take care of some weeds in the neighborhood and do some community service. And other than that, just continue to be doing your office hours, signing in, signing out, and letting me know if you need anything. All right, thank you.
Thank you to our Attorney General for your report. Are there any questions on his report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our standing committee report, starting with External Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. Not much to report today for External Affairs. We had an informal meeting last week where we briefly discussed the unregulated parking, Zolza towards Nordoff referral. And we will hopefully be deciding on how to go forward with it this week. And we also shared some updates regarding the student employee wages referral, which has a good chance of becoming a resolution sometime soon. And that is all for my report.
Thank you, Senator Kaddish. Are there any questions on his report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Internal Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy that in Internal Affairs, we have completed 2 legislative referrals, which looks like we'll be discussing shortly. And so this includes standing committee vacancies and a review on the elections code. Next up in internal, we'll be reviewing the combination of chair of communications and chair of personnel, as well as interim cabinet positions and the diversity inclusion attendance policy.
All righty, we do have a couple motions out of committee today. Is there a motion? All righty. We will go ahead and work on the couple line items we have under internal affairs. So okay, is there any discussion on the first motion out of committee to approve the University Affairs Code as amended? Yeah.
I'd just like to note that the only modification with University Affairs Code, Standing Committee Code, and the External Affairs Code is that there's a parentheses that states exceptions can be made by the AS president when vacancies affect the ability to reach quorum. And this was because as it currently is, the committee shall consist of no less than 5 members, 5 voting members, which was difficult in the beginning of the semester. And so having this exception would make it so we can follow our codes. A quick additional edit within internal affairs is in our responsibilities, as well as the exceptions. It's the same there, but under our responsibilities, it states that we're responsible for auditing, reviewing, evaluating programs within associated students. This is not something, I spoke with Denise, this is not something we've done last year to a great extent. And so we've decided just to change the wording from shall be responsible to may be responsible. So just in case that situation does arise where we need to audit different programs. As for elections code, a lot of it is to get the code up to date, like modifying electronic link instead of paper copies, things like that, and some small wordings that we can discuss more in depthly.
Thank you, Senator Tybee, for clarifying. Any further discussion on the first item? All right, if there's none, If there's none, all those in favor of approving the University Affairs Code as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. We'll now move on to approving the Internal Affairs Code as amended. Any discussion on that? Great, see none. All those in favor of approving the Internal Affairs Code as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the motion passes. Moving on to the approval of the Elections Code as amended. Is there any further discussion on that? Yes, Senator Tybee.
So to be more in depth on the changes within the elections code, the first modification states that the street team incentive opposed to hourly rate. And I believe this modification was to for the recruitment of international students, because by having an hourly rate, having international students recruited into the elections code team is a lot stricter. So changing it to the street team incentive, we've deemed as more appropriate. As well as all candidates and/or rather than all candidates or their campaign manager are required to attend a mandatory candidate orientation meeting. That's another change. In addition, we have electronic links rather than paper copies of statement of financial disclosure forms and monetary donation disclosure form. All candidates and rather than or their campaign managers must attend one mandatory workshop. And this is a big change right here, but it's an additional bullet point under campaign manager, and that the campaign manager must be a CSUN student. We've decided on this specifically because it's great to have more on-campus involvement, and it'd be unfair if a slate appointed somebody who's extremely experienced and have lots of professional experience of running a campaign in the world, and bringing that onto campus would create an unfair advantage. And there's another note where selected slate manager must also be a CSUN student. And that is all for elections code review.
Thank you, Senator Tybee. Is there any further discussion on the Elections Code? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the Elections Code as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Alrighty, moving on to the Standing Committee Code. Is there any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the Standing Committee Code as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. And lastly, we are moving on to External Affairs Code. Any further discussion on this? Senator Kaddish.
I'd like to move to amend the amendment to match the language of the other two amendments to the other committees where it says shall be rather than, or no, to replace shall be with may.
Alrighty, thank you. Is there a second? Senator Doe, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the External Affairs Code All those in favor of approving the amended to the External Affairs Code, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Alrighty, so we are now going to approve the External Affairs Code as amended, but like twice. Alrighty, is there any further discussion? Alrighty, all those in favor of approving the External Affairs Code, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the motion passes. Alrighty, anything else from Internal Affairs you'd like to report, Senator Tybee?
Nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, moving on to University Affairs. I know Senator Dunn had to leave early, but do we have a vice chair report?
Good morning, everyone. So we worked on a resolution, but we're gonna talk about it next week because it didn't come in excuse me. I'm looking for the word. It didn't come in the agenda soon enough. So we'll be talking about it next week, and that's all we have today.
Thank you to University Affairs. Are there any questions on the report? Great, seeing none, we will turn it over to our Executive Director, Patrick Bailey. Oh, sorry, Senator Toledo Carranza.
I wanted to ask, what was their resolution about?
The pushback time to 8:30.
Any further questions? Alrighty, we will turn it over to, I know Patrick is not here. Do you want to go to the news report? Okay, I will read Patrick's report. So not much to report today from him. Just on Friday, we received our final audit report, and that will be coming to the board for your acceptance soon. We will be getting ready to move into interviews for several positions, including the assistant director and office manager of the Children's Center and the accounting generalist. Get ready for Monster Bash. Hopefully you've seen the website and all of the activities that are coming our way. It is a really, really great time. And he did include the link here, but I will send the link again. I can send it in the group me for you all to have. He did also attach a photo of the Outdoor Adventures trip this week into Yosemite. It looks really awesome, and I'm kind of jealous. It looks really beautiful, the mountain. So a really great time, and thank you to Outdoor Adventures for providing us these opportunities. So yeah, any questions on his report? All right, seeing none, we'll turn it over to our University Advisor, Asia Butler, for her report.
No report.
All right, that was very long. Thank you. Just kidding. All right, moving on to our faculty advisor, Dr. Veda Ward, and I think our government secretary has her report.
I do. So good morning, AS Senate, staff advisors, and members of today's gallery. Unfortunately, Veda tested positive for COVID last week and is completing required isolation today. After more than 3 years of avoiding COVID, it finally caught up to her. So her report will be brief. As we move into the second half of the semester, please give some thought to the relevance of what you're being exposed to in your classes and how you may apply knowledge and experience in your potential careers or additional education. Ask faculty as well as peers to share examples. Be aware of upcoming opportunities to apply for scholarships as well as internships or to work on grants, which may require review or support from faculty members. Some may request use of office hours or direct conversation as opposed to virtual contact. At this point in the semester, you may notice a variety of teaching and learning styles in classes that incorporate different pedagogies as well as modalities for delivering content. Be aware of constituents who may benefit from your experience with various approaches. They may be less familiar with whether during class discussion or follow-up online learning experiences. Academic advising has begun work with both faculty and staff to secure a balanced perspective on general education, advanced requirements, major requirements, and electives. Some students may wish to investigate or pursue formal minor areas of study. Thanks for being involved with Faculty Senate standing committees, participating in the search and screen strategies to attract new faculty to our academic community. It is important to share your perspective as a current student and feature alumna us of this institution. Finally, do not forget to use your support services for writing, technology, and research that may assist you in meeting academic goals. Faculty members may have specific contexts they have used in the past, whether at the library or across campus. Share approaches that you may have used to be successful in your classes with newer students in your major or your constituents. I hope to be back with you next week. Have a good weather week. We wish the best for Vita Ward right now.
Thank you so much to our government secretary for her report. And yes, definitely sending Dr. Ward good vibes and that she recovers quickly from COVID. Alrighty, we don't have any unfinished business, but we do have some new business. Line item 1 is to approve the following appointments as you see in the agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve line item 1.
Alrighty. Any Alrighty, so are you just approving the communications committee or are you approving or motioning to approve all the appointments?
Perhaps it's better we approve all of the appointments.
Alrighty, so line item A then.
Correct.
I
move
might have-
to approve line item A.
Okay, I might have said line item 1. I apologize if I said that. Alrighty, is there a second? Senator Scher, thank you. Any discussion on this motion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item A, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, motion passes. Well, congratulations to our new committee members and our new senator. I think he's in the gallery. You may come take a seat at the table now. Go for it. Alrighty, moving on to line item B to allocate $35,750 from unassigned contingency to AS Sports Clubs for national tournament travel expenses, Matador Match of the Month t-shirts, and food for Matador Match of the Month. Is there a motion? Senator Toledo Carranza.
I motion to approve line item B.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Servia, thank you. Any discussion on this motion? Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Chair of Finance.
All right, I could provide a bit of additional information for this item. Thank you also Cynthia from Sports Club for coming to speak during open forum about this item. But originally Sports Club requested $37,000, but AS Finance decided to fund it $35,750 today. And that's our suggestion, which is new business item B. So they're seeking money from unassigned contingency to go towards like AS Sports Clubs or national tournament travel, match of the month, and t-shirts, as well as like some food items. But the majority of the request is going to be going towards like travel costs, just because like when it comes to funding things, usually there's a bit of like a waiting period in terms of processing. And so sometimes like, let's say ice hockey, they win a big match and then now they qualify for the finals game or something like that, or the championships game. Sometimes like they win a game and then within 2 days, they have to go to a different state to go compete. And within those 2-day periods, like sometimes there's not enough time to process the requests. And so the intention of this item is so that they're approved for money and they have some money approved beforehand for tournament costs and travel fees, so that in the event that they do qualify for like a big tournament or they have to travel, they can just tap into their funds.
Thank you to our Chair of Finance for clarifying. Is there any further discussion? Yes, Senator Tybee.
Funding this is also great because in the event that they do make it to nationals, it's great for awareness and CSUN, which could improve enrollment numbers. And that can also impact our budgeting for future years.
Great point. Thank you. Any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item B, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the motion passes. Alrighty, we don't have any information items or discussion items. We do have a legislative referral submitted by Senator Kaddish. This is quite lengthy, as you did warn me earlier. So the title is Arts, Media, and Communication College Advisory Committee. Bear with me as I read this. A diverse group of departments with varying majors and minors compose the Populous Arts, Media, and Communication College of CSUN. Each program has its unique set of operations and subject matters. As a result, it takes an inefficient amount of time for two centers to understand each constantly changing department, especially considering they usually only originate from 1 to 2 departments. This casualty has made it somewhat challenging to represent all 6 departments: arts, cinema and television arts, communication studies, journalism, music, and theater. A potential solution to this problem is to create a new type of associated students committee, a college advisory committee, or otherwise appropriately named. In this case, the first new committee to be formed would be the Arts, Media, and Communication College Advisory Committee. The function of this committee would be to act as a supporting advocate and informational system for the centers of the college. The committee structure would be similar to previous student success committees. It would be composed of appointed students from each underrepresented department, the departments the centers do not major or minor in, probably with an advisor or ex officio member from either AS or the college, or one from both. If the idea is favorable, we will write and approve a new code to create the committee and identify the senators of the college as its chairs or chair and vice chair. It would be up to every new pair of senators to decide if they will co-chair the committee or designate/rotate the positions of chair and vice chair. AS would not give any additional compensation to the senators, but can minimally compensate committee members for limited financial impact. The senators could hold the meeting monthly or bi-monthly and have it replace an office hour for the concurrent week. The code would continue to apply to future senators, ensuring they will be informed of their constituents' concerns and issues while increasing student engagement with associated students. As for the other colleges, respective senators can use the Arts, Media, and Communication College Advisory Committee as a model for establishing their own advisory committee if they see the need for one. This was suggested to go to External Affairs and Internal Affairs, and I will send it to Internal Affairs. Alrighty, thank you so much, Senator Kaddish, for that legislative referral. That was the only one today, but moving on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the board? Vice President Anderson.
I totally forgot to put this in my report, but it's super important and I wanted to talk about it. The Klotz Student Health Center will be opening their gender affirming care services today. This has been a long project that they've been working on for a while, and they've met with the Pride Center and the LGBTQ plus advisory group. So it's a really great service that we can offer. I'm so proud every single day to go to such an inclusive and equitable school, and I feel like this makes us even more. So yes, very exciting. You want to touch on that too?
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. When Josie and I met with them earlier in the year, they had mentioned this, and it's so awesome to see it now come full circle and actually be available to students to this day. So really exciting. And yeah, I love CSUN. Any further announcements? Yes, Senator Kaddish.
So a bit of a personal announcement today, but for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a film production major, and I'm currently producing one of our senior thesis films, March of a Butterfly. Our holiday themed short film is about a teenager with a rare skin condition called epidermolysis bullosa, who goes on a daring journey to replace his sister's snow globe after he unintentionally shatters it. And we're having a fundraiser at Dave's Hot Chicken on Reseda Boulevard this Thursday the 26th. So if you mention March of a Butterfly when you purchase food there that day, part of the sale will go to funding the film. And it'd be great if you can go along with some of your family or friends or whoever else wants a fried chicken sandwich. Also, a couple of our crew members will or should be there if you want to learn more about what we do in film production. And if you can't go, we do have an Instagram account where we'll be sharing our other fundraisers that you can also attend. But that's about all for my announcement. So let me know if you have any questions about it or want to learn more about the film or the program.
What's the time again?
It's an all-day event, so they should be open from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay.
Past midnight.
Okay.
That is so amazing. Thank you, Senator Kaddish. And I know what I'm eating for lunch on Thursday. Best of luck with all of that film. And it sounds wonderful and I can't wait to watch it eventually. So yeah. Any further announcements from the board? Alrighty, seeing none, I will turn it over to our Attorney General for final roll call.
Vice President Anderson. Senator Akanenwar. Senator Bhavnagri. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish. Senator Iman Khan. Senator Owais Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Radionov. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Senator Toledo Carranza. And our new Senator Tran.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Golden, for that. Don't forget donuts in the back. But I adjourn this meeting at 10:16 a.m. Thank you.